Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.
Boxing King Media, Spencer Fearon. Spencer, what a night of boxing. We spoke yesterday. I'll jump straight into the main event. You predicted Dillian Whyte to win on points, which I don't think anyone made that prediction. So I'm just going to jump straight in and ask with that. Was that you predicting with your heart or your brain?
A bit of both. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, when you're emotionally attached, but I can also pick flaws in certain things that Moses ITAUMA does, but you can't really pick flaws with the kid's speed. I'm telling you now, you are going to struggle to find a faster heavyweight than Moses ITAUMA. His speed is ridiculous. And not only is it the fact of his speed, but his timing is superb. And I'm still glad that I picked Dillian Whyte. And by the time I started to get to a bit panicky is when I saw that David Haye made the same prediction as me. And he likened it unto his Carl Thompson fight. And then I said, oh, man, I'm buggered now. But we saw something special. I mean, we did. We saw something special. And yes, it was clever matchmaking, but how are we to know what Dillian Whyte was going to turn up? And anyone that you spoke to would never turn around and said to you that this fight's going to end in one round. Nobody would have thought that this fight was going to end in one round, right? He was tyrannical. And I've many times on your channel, I've ranted and raved about Moses ITAUMA. But when they're up against someone who you know from when they've been 16, 17 years old, when you were the one that allowed them to come to the gymnasium and train for free, you know what I mean? You've done stuff for him, like you'll get him kit and stuff like that. You've got a special affinity. So sometimes you could be saying things and it's actually coming from the heart. But on the reals, Dillian Whyte has been a fantastic ambassador for British boxing, right? And it's so nice I remember when he used to come into the gym without boxing boots and some tight plimsolls and socks. And he always used to have these Bermuda shorts. To a kid that's done really well for himself financially. And I'd like to, he could bow out of the game now. He's done what he's had to go and do, you know?
But, you know, we've said all this about Derek Chisora before as well.
It's totally different. Like, Derek, Dylan loves boxing.
Because I don't want anyone to kind of say that Dillian was just too old. Because that's the narrative I think people will probably do now and take the credit away from Moses.
No. Listen, let me tell you this. Nobody can take away the credit from Moses ITAUMA because he went in, he had a job to go and do, and he did it. I saw Frank Warren in the interview, and he said that Mike Tyson didn't beat an opponent like Dillian Whyte when he was 20 years old. And I beg to differ because Trevor Burbeck was WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Pinkler Thomas has had one of the best jabs in the last 30 years in the heavyweight division. Mike Tyson beat him. Mike Tyson beat an unbeaten Tony Tucker. Mike Tyson beat 3 former Olympic gold medalists in his career. So I can't look on and say credit where credit has to be given. And yeah, Moses ITAUMA's very, very special. And he's very bloody special.
You know, Sonny Edwards put something on his Instagram a bit ago. I don't know if you've seen it. He put, I got a call today, White's leg is fucked and it's going early. The ring walk ain't convincing me otherwise. I know Dillian's got a certain walk, and to be fair, I've seen him walk like that his whole career, but do you think, or did it appear like maybe something was wrong with his legs, or I don't know?
I'm going to say I'm not going to take away nothing from Moses ITAUMA's victory. If there was something wrong with his leg, then so be it, there's something wrong with his leg. But Dillian has always walked funny because of the kickboxing, right, and the years of MMA. So I'm not going to take nothing away from Moses ITAUMA's victory because Dillian was in shape. We've never seen him coming so light. We're not going to take nothing away from what Moses ITAUMA did. Moses ITAUMA was It was fantastic
If
because we didn't think that.
if Dillian carries on, give me a fight that you'd like to see him in. Obviously, Derek is going to be waiting for a world title fight. That's definitely not happening. If not Derek, who else can you see him?
Maybe him and Joe Joyce. Like, yeah, I'm saying like maybe him and Joe Joyce. But me personally, I'm saying Dylan, you've won. I want people to realize Dylan White has absolutely won. You know what I mean? He's come from a household with 11 siblings,
12.
12. He's the 13th.
I think he told me he's got 12 brothers and sisters. So I don't know if
Okay,
that's
well,
including him or 12.
right. He came to England with literally nothing, right? He's financially well. You know what I mean? He's a healthy human being. He's done fantastic. Dylan could go on and he could do loads of different stuff. I know he's invested well as well. But I'm not taking nothing away from what I witnessed. What I witnessed was something very, very special.
Does Moses ITAUMA beat Usyk? Because that's the narrative that's been pushed out there now. From what you've seen of him, could he compete with Alexander Usyk?
He could compete with him, but I don't think that he could beat him right now. Right? Because come on, let's be real. There's a big, massive jump in scale from Dylan White to Usyk. But what I am saying is, like, just take time, build this guy correctly, and don't rush it because, yeah, the kid's special. But you know what? Jairo Pataya's thinking about moving up to heavyweight, and potentially that could be a big fight down the line. But we have seen something special, and I think that if he continues at the rate that he's meant to go at, Moses ITAUMA could be Britain's greatest ever heavyweight of all time. And I've got to go to Martin Bowers, who runs the Peacock Gymnasium, right? And I'm very close to Martin. And Martin said to me, and this is ages ago, right? He said, look, I've seen them all, and nobody's better than this kid. So I said, what do you mean? Well, better than Fury. He said, better than Fury. Better than AJ? He said, better than AJ. So better than Bruno? He said, better than Bruno. I said, better than Lennox Lewis. So I'm going to tell you, Spence, better than Lennox Lewis. And Martin's been around the game for a very, very long time. I respect his opinion. You know what I mean? And that's what he was saying to me. And I remember seeing Moses ITAUMA for the first time fight. And I said, yeah, the kid's got it. And not only that he's very marketable as well. You know, seriously, we witnessed something special. And like I was saying earlier to Amir Khan, he's the fastest heavyweight I have seen in ages. Right? David Haye was fast. Right? David Haye was very, very fast.
As a combination punch?
Yeah, but he's got a different kind of speed. If I was to go back in history, a lot of people don't give Floyd Patterson his dues. Floyd Patterson was ridiculously fast. But Floyd Patterson was a middleweight in the 1952 Olympics, right? It's different. But when you look at the hand speed possessed by him, he's up there with Muhammad Ali, mate. I'm telling you, right? He's up there. Mike Tyson was very quick. This kid's up there. I mean, Michael Dokes, you young kids, go watch Michael Dokes in the 80s, former WBA champion. He was rapidly fast, right? Michael Dokes he had proper hands, but this kid's got hands, man. He's got hands, and he seems like he's very, very well balanced as well. And that's the good thing. The sky's the limit for him.
Most importantly, from what I've seen this week, he's surrounded by some very good people. He's got his brothers, his dad, obviously a close-knit team at, Ben and his training team, Lee Wiley. And the team's been the same from day one. How important is it to keep it like that?
Yeah. No new friends. You don't need no new friends. I don't think he's going to get new friends. I think he's going to keep it as it is. You know what I mean? I know he's got a decent relationship with Francis Warren as well as his manager. Trust me, we've witnessed something incredibly special, right? It's all right when he's doing it against these also around these no-name guys, all right? Yeah, but you can see the potential, but you don't know. But to do that to Dylan White, all the credit, and seriously, we have witnessed something special. And I don't want to hear when people, oh, well, Dylan was old, and Dylan's, yeah. Do you know the kind of pressure and nervousness that you're going to go through knowing that, right? I'm going with someone who's experienced. I'm going with someone that can bang a bit. I'm going with someone, and you're still a kid. and he handled it really well. He handled it well, and he's set himself well. And lastly, man, before anything, let me say my massive condolences, because I heard Lee Wiley lost his mother. So, you know what I mean? Big up Lee. I like Lee Wiley a lot. You know what I mean? Because, yeah.
You know, one of the things Moses has said to a few people, and he said in the press conference, he's not enjoying the buzz of that win, because he goes, he's just done something that everyone expected. He's not doing anything that wasn't expected.
No. He did. No. Everybody expected him to win, right? Nobody expected him to do it in one round. There is a massive difference, right? And for people saying that it was a premature stoppage, please, it wasn't a premature stoppage at all. Like, Dylan's equilibrium was gone. When he got up, it was gone. Dylan's a war horse. Dylan, you chop off both his arms and his head, he wants to still carry on fighting. That's Dylan White for you. You know what I mean? And sometimes you need protecting from your own self. And that's what happened by the referee, what the referee did.
Just want to move on to David Adelaide. How did you assess his performance? Could he have done more, or was Herovic too good?
You know what? My prediction was that he was going to go points and that David was going to win on points yesterday when I did that with you, right? And if he'd have done a little bit more work, he would have. But I don't, and this is no disrespect to David, right? I don't think they've actually in their head fathomed the things you're meant to do inside of a fight at the time when you're meant to do it. You know what I mean? Because he was waiting too long. Herovic was popping his jab and getting off. And there's times where I was saying, like, if he'd have jabbed with Herovic, he would have had a good chance in beating Herovic, because he hurt Herovic, but sometimes he throws like one big left hook, one big right hand. It's too singular. You need to be more repetitive, have more repetition with your punches and put in combinations. If I was David Adelaide, yeah, I would go and study somebody like Sonny Liston, when Sonny Liston would let his hands go on you. And this is Sonny Liston of 1960. Go and watch the 1960 fight between Sonny Liston and Cleveland Williams. Go and watch those kind of fights. And so I'm a little bit disappointed with him, because he had, what round was it? Was it round 8? Was it when or round 6 where they let off? It was
I think it was 9.
Round 9, right? Round 9 where he just went for it, yeah. And he needed to do a little bit more of that because he doesn't know how to fight in pockets, and that's kind of weird because Adam Booth usually trains his fighters. I trained with Adam Booth back in 2002 to throw your shots like 4-punch combinations. Shane McGuigan kind of has the same kind of plyometrics system where you throw 4 punches at a time. That you get off, you throw back your jab. And he doesn't know how to administer that yet. So he hasn't got that IQ yet. But when he does, hopefully, then he's going to be a problem, because Herovic is a good fighter. He's still a good fighter, man. Very good fighter. But he's easy to hit because he don't move his head.
Lastly, Nick Bull, was it the right decision?
Of course it was. That's the only prediction I got. No, Nick Bull I got right, and Raymond Ford. So yeah, they were the two that I got right. So yeah, it was the right decision, because you're the champ, and Nick Bull was he had to go to places where, you know what I mean, where Sam didn't want to go, and he did. He stuck it deep and he put it on him. So it was the right decision. I watched that fight. It was a very entertaining fight as well.
It was. Spencer, really appreciate your time. I know you're next to your bed, and I'm guessing
I'm next to my bed, but because it's you. So when Boxing King Media hollers and says, "What, you want to go do a bit?" Then I'm going to do a bit, and that's the truth. So I don't know if it's going to be cut into 2 segments, but you know what I stand on. I stand on the freedom of my brothers and sisters in Palestine. I stand for the freedom for my brothers and sisters in Yemen, in Somalia, in Sudan. You go through the whole thing. But more importantly, we have to free Palestine, bro. And the whole world is seeing what's going on right now and are waking up. So that's what I stand on. Peace, 2 fingers, I'm out.
just the last thing. What book is that behind you?
Oh, this book here. Ooh, this book here. It is Blood Brothers. It's Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X, 2 of my heroes, right? Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. That's the book that's behind me.
Spencer Fearon, thank you very much for your time, and good night.
Love my bro.
Thank you.
Respect isn't given, it's earned. In blood.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.